All right, folks. Good morning and good afternoon in the UK. I'm here with Will Harris from My Little Brother, a fantastic band from the UK. How you doing, man?
I'm really good, thanks. How are you?
Doing well, doing well. How did you guys meet up? Because I know you put this album out with Big Stir, and that's how I heard about you, was through Rex and Christina. How did that all come
Yeah.
about?
We were playing at the International Pop Overthrow Festival at the Cavern Club in Liverpool,
Okay.
and we were on more or less the same time as the Armoires. I forget who was first, but we were more or less the same time. And we kind of fell in love with their music and with them as people, to be honest, because they're just
Yeah,
so nice.
they're fantastic.
They're just like pure warmth, and they're wonderful, absolutely wonderful. And it turned out that they did with ours as well. So when they set up Big Stir, they just said, we want to put out your stuff. They put out a couple of our singles early on,
Mhm.
and then when they heard we were recording an album, they just said, right, we'll put that out. And yeah, it just went from there.
That's awesome. And Howl is such a good album. It's so
Thank you.
good, man. I've listened to it a lot. And you said you did all the songwriting on that, is that right?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
right.
Okay, that's cool. Um, how long have you been making music for?
Um, Forever, really.
Yeah.
I've been playing piano since I was a little kid,
Okay.
writing little tunes here and there, and then started really songwriting as a teenager. But my first ones, like most people, I think my first ones were terrible, so they will never see the light of day. Mostly about some specific girl, and uh, but they're not very good.
Not very
And then
good.
I've just been writing ever since, and thankfully, certainly as time goes on, people seem to like them, and I like them more as well. I find myself more and more proud of the songs I'm writing, which I think is a good thing.
That's the most important part, I think. As long as you're happy with what you're doing, then that's what matters the most.
Yeah, exactly.
It seems like Howell has had quite a positive response, at least from what I've seen online.
It's had incredible reviews.
Yeah.
Absolutely, really, we've been blown away by the reviews
How
because
yeah.
we didn't know whether releasing an album at this time would be a terrible idea, really. And I think in some ways, I think it was kind of a terrible idea because we can't play gigs, we can't do anything really to promote it other than
Yeah.
doing things online.
Right.
But going through a fairly unpleasant year for everybody, for us to be able to read amazing reviews for work that we've done it's been a real tonic.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally gratifying and rewarding. Hey, it's like first of all, you're questioning if you should even do it. And then of course you see, okay, well, maybe the hard work was worth it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. It seems to resonate with a lot of people. That's awesome. That's awesome. How has I guess you guys are locked down again. It's
Again,
like the
third one.
only okay. I thought it was like the seventh. No, it seems like the
Oh,
12th lockdown.
it feels like it. But they just had different names for locking us down. So this is the third official one.
Well, the third official. Okay, see, I love all the names they give it. The circuit breaker and the
Yeah,
color coding and
the
everything in
tier
your.
system.
Oh yeah, you guys are
Yeah,
tier
yeah, that didn't work.
four.
Yeah,
That's
we're tier 5 now officially,
holy
which
shit.
didn't
They
even exist.
they invented a new one.
Yeah, it's like Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. It's tier 5 of 3.
It's so funny. That's so funny. And what were you doing like work wise or anything like that before?
Um, Not very much because I do music therapy with
Nice.
vulnerable people. So I work with the elderly, I work with the ill, I work with people with profound special needs, and they're all people that I can't see right now. So I've been doing some online work, but most
Okay.
of my work has been out since March,
Shit.
which, yeah, it's not great.
That's hard. That's stressful, man. Well, what a cool job. That's super awesome. And that's
It is.
interesting. That's interesting to me because I know that like Rex and Christine are music teachers, and I know there's a couple people that on their label that are also music teachers. That's
Yeah,
pretty nuts.
yeah. I think it's a bunch of people who are very, very passionate about music and what music can do as well.
Yeah.
it's a powerful force.
Well, yeah, certainly the working with special needs people, that's insanely inspiring. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Man, that's cool. That's cool. I love that BB King poster you got there. That's really cool.
I was actually at that gig. That's why I have it on the wall. I was in Memphis with my brother in 2002. That's terrifying. 18 years ago, I was in Memphis with my brother, and we didn't know that BB King was playing or anything, and we just noticed that he was doing a couple of hometown shows in his own bar on Beale Street. So we got tickets. Didn't expect to get tickets. Managed to get tickets, and it was great. Absolutely incredible.
It must have been legendary, especially in his hometown.
It was.
Jesus,
quite a small venue as well.
Really, eh?
Yeah.
Nice and intimate. That's cool. I love that. I love small venues more than the big
I do.
That's the best. Particularly
Particularly if you're seeing someone on that scale, like BB King or something, to see him in a small venue that was his as well. It was pretty special.
Yeah, they're totally, because they're so close and accessible. It's like you're right there.
Yeah, exactly.
I can actually see you. You're not way back in the friggin' nosebleed section. It's just hoping to get a. What is that? Is he down there? Okay.
Yeah. There's a dot down there somewhere.
I think that's him. Oh my god, that's the best dot I've ever seen. It's amazing. So how you're talking about doing a lot of online stuff for this album. What was kind of your guys' strategy going into this now? You know, it's a whole new thing for everyone. Like usually you could record an album, take it to shows and just tour the hell out of it or play all the shows you can to support it. How do you bridge that gap now that you can't go into bars and play shows or venues or whatever?
Well, we had all kinds of plans, but they were ruined because I got COVID in May. And I've got still struggling a bit with long COVID. So I've been kind of off and on. Well, early on I was really ill, and then off and on ill since then. And one of the main effects, one of many main effects that it's had, is that I can't really sing very well. So we were planning on doing all kinds of online stuff and online gigs and things like that, but couldn't do that. So that was thrown. So we've just done a lot of promotional posts, contacted loads of bloggers, loads of radio stations, and the vast majority have been fantastic about it. And they've just played our stuff, given us support, and just said, good on you trying to release an album at the moment, you lunatics.
Well, it is good. That's insane. I had no idea that you had it. That's crazy. How are you feeling like today? Is it like a day by day thing?
I mean, we are when I say we, both my girlfriend and I got it at about the same time. And we're very much on an upward trajectory overall. It's just that every now and then you drop back and then you climb, then you drop back, then you climb. And if we look back to how we were in June or July, we're doing really, really well. We're much, much, much better. But then we still have days where we can't really do anything. And then sort of dizzy spells and all sorts of stuff. But we're very, very much on the mend. Like if we'd have known that we were going to reach this stage, we're fairly happy.
Yeah. Jesus, that's
but it would be nice to get rid of it completely.
Well, yeah, and can you even, like, is that, I don't. Have you heard horror stories about how, like, they over here they call them the long haulers or whatever?
Yeah, that's what we are.
Yeah. Jesus, yeah. Did you have to go to hospital or anything like that?
My girlfriend did. I didn't, but she's asthmatic, so they sort of rushed her off in an ambulance to check, but she was all right. It wasn't nice watching her go off in an ambulance and I wasn't allowed to go, but well,
that's right, because they would just take her and then you'd have to
wonder what the hell's going on.
Fuck, man, that's insane. Well, I'm glad you're at least somewhat better off than you were, but that's
that's
too bad. I've heard about that. I even heard that Maynard from Tool had it, and
Really?
he wrote an article, or he did an interview a few months ago. This is probably back in the summer. I read it, and he said, "Well, I don't want to make a huge deal about it because everybody's got it now. Everybody's had it."
Yeah.
He's like, and I'm not trying to, because I didn't think I had it as bad as some people do, but he said even he's having like lung function issues. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, shit, and that's crazy. Like, fuck.
Yeah, we had we were the same. Certainly early on, it was stupid because when we felt the worst about it, and when we felt physically our worst, we didn't want to talk to people about it because we know people who've died, and we didn't.
Sorry.
So we're like, we're all right, really. However ill we might be, it could be an awful lot worse. And then gradually, I was interviewed by our local TV station, which was both about releasing the album, but also about being a long hauler, if you like. And halfway through the interview, I just broke down, and I just thought, oh God, I need to talk about this. I really need to talk about this.
Well, certainly.
So after that, both of us started actually saying to people, look, this is going on. We were having quite significant neurological issues, which was just a nightmare, like losing my balance, falling over, struggling to complete sentences and that sort of thing. And that's, thankfully, touch wood, that is pretty much gone. Unless we get really tired, our brains seem to have sort of reprogrammed themselves, thankfully. So we can function now.
Jesus Christ. What a fucking thing, eh?
Yeah, just awful.
Nobody knew.
As I say, it could have been worse. An awful lot of people have had it an awful lot worse than we did. However bad ours was, there's always someone worse off. Yeah,
there's always someone worse, but still, like, fuck. Like,
oh, yes. We still complain about it.
I would complain up and down about it. Thankfully, I've been okay, but, every time if I get too tired and I get the sniffles or something like that, it's like, oh shit, here we go. That's it.
Yeah. Well, we're scared of getting it twice now.
Yeah, twice. Yeah.
We're just staying out of the way of everybody, to be honest.
That's it. That's all. As soon as this thing dropped, me and my family were like, nah, that's it. That's fine. Fuck it. Yeah. I'm not gonna get sick. So
yeah.
Everybody here has been all right so far. We've been holed up since last March, it seems. So.
I'm glad to hear you're doing all right anyway.
I'm glad to hear you're at least improved. That's crazy.
Oh,
it's such a scary thing.
It's so unpredictable as well. It affects everything. It seems to, or it can affect everything.
Or it can affect some nothing, people, right?
Yeah, or nothing. Yeah,
nothing, or it's either all or nothing.
Yeah,
and you could line up, say, fucking 10 people in a room, and one will have this, one will have that, one all the way down, one will have nothing.
Yeah,
it's insane.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's awful.
And now I heard there's that new variant, a couple new variants or whatever in the world. So it's like,
yeah. One of them has got the name, the British variant. So.
The British variant, yeah. I heard about that. And I thought, great, here we go. Because I got people I talk to regularly in the UK. So it's like, fuck sakes, what are you guys doing over there?
Oh, it's not us. It's just the government. It's not us.
The government. Yeah. old Boris, yeah. Jesus.
Yeah, don't get me started on that.
No, I won't. That's fine. Well, yeah. Hopefully, even with a vaccine, things will start to work its way out. But now with other variants, who the hell knows if that'll even be effective? I don't know.
Yeah. Oh God, I hope so.
Jesus Christ. All right. Well, enough of that. But that's insane. I'm glad you're feeling better. That's crazy.
Oh yeah.
Good for you. That's when I first started talking to Will. Now I'm from Saskatchewan. That's a small province. Well, big land wise, population wise, pretty small. But you told me you had friends in Nipawin.
Yep.
It's a little way, not too far away from me, about an hour and a half or 2 hours away or so. How did that come about?
I met them years ago in New Zealand, and just got on with both of them really well, and we just stayed in touch. I mean, I haven't seen either of them since then,
Yeah.
but we've stayed in touch online and we talk occasionally.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Ren's still up in Nipawin. Tara's moved to, I think she's in Calgary now,
Okay.
but she's from that area.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's funny. I like that. The
Yeah, small world.
Saskatchewan connection.
She actually years ago challenged me to write a song with the word Saskatchewan in it.
Really?
And I still haven't managed. I've tried, but I still haven't managed. I'm working on it.
Was the challenge to just use it in a song or to rhyme it with something? Because what the fuck would you rhyme it with?
Oh yeah, that would be hard. It was, I wanted to have it in the title or at least like really prominent in the chorus, but to make it use the word, not rather than just throwing it in and tucking it in.
Oh, you should have just tucked it in somewhere.
Yeah, I wanted it clear, but still haven't got it.
I don't blame you. That's hard. That's awesome.
But now you're making me want to rhyme it with something. That's a whole new challenge.
Saskatchewan. That's too many syllables for one.
Yeah.
Saskatchewan.
There must be a way.
There's got to be something. It's kind of like trying to rhyme orange with something. It's one of those things.
Yeah, exactly.
So I know you guys, like I said, you just released Howl. It's been fantastic. Certainly, like I said, I was lucky enough to get just a pile of great contacts from Rex and Christina, and I came across your album. That was one that they were telling me about the most. I think not the most because they promote everybody, but they were like really, really excited about this one, and for good reason. Like anybody that's watching this should go check that out on all the streaming platforms, or go to the website, Bandcamp, Big Stir Records, Bandcamp, whatever. Buy an album, buy one directly from you guys because it's fantastic, man. It's just a real.
Thank you.
It's a triumph, I would say, and knowing some of the bullshit you've had to overcome in the past little bit here, especially. That's cool.
Yeah,
that's good for you.
Yeah, it's been one of the only things keeping us sane is watching the album grow and knowing. The main thing is just knowing that it actually connects with people, and it seems to have been, and that is really nice to hear that.
100%, yeah. 100%.
Particularly right all over the world as well. We're getting messages from all over the world just saying that it means something to them, and you can't ask for more than that.
100%. That's got to be a hugely rewarding thing for sure.
Yeah.
So are you, like, I know, like, you just released it, but are you guys planning on writing anything else? I guess maybe it's hard to get together, obviously, with the.
Yeah. Just to continue on a theme, Dan, who's kind of my right hand man, who I've been in the band with right from the start, he's actually laid up with the new variant of COVID at the moment.
Jesus Christ.
Which is obviously far from ideal.
Yeah.
But I've been writing, and we had actually started writing before we were even locked down last March. Before we released How, we were already writing new stuff. Mm-hmm. So I've been writing quite a few songs that I'm going to send over to them, and then just see what they can add to make it a My Little Brother song as opposed to just me. Yeah. So yeah, we've got a lot on the go actually.
That's
so
cool.
We just can't wait until we can actually be in the same room and make it sound nice.
That's got to be so hard, you know. It's bad enough that you guys can't play, but then you don't think about, like, I have a problem with all these guys that sit there and say, oh well, fuck, like with COVID and everybody being shut down, all these musicians are just going to start pumping out tunes. It's like, well, no,
that's bollocks.
Because you can't.
I don't think
you don't. Maybe you're not. You know, you got other worries on your mind than writing music. Like whether your work is bad, your health, anything like that. You take that into account, and then take into the fact that you can't fucking go record anywhere if you don't have your own home set up. You're screwed. Basically.
And also with the band, with My Little Brother, the four of us, we motivate each other, and they really motivate me. Mm-hmm. If I'm not writing, they'll just say, well, why haven't you written something? Go on, do it. And if I know I'm going to see them, then I'll work harder to do it. And I don't think, honestly, songwriting wise, I don't think I've ever had a less productive year than this year. I mean, I am working on it, but as you say, it's just, it's really hard to get my head down and do stuff. It's just, it's stressful.
It just kind of seems, sometimes it just must seem a little pointless, right? It's like, well, what can you, what the fuck? Like, it's never pointless to create music, but
Yeah.
with all the everything else surrounding it, it's kind of like, well, if I can't do anything with it right now, or if I can't get together with the guys that inspire me and everything, it's like, why would I work too
Yeah,
hard on it,
exactly.
especially with all the other shit going on, right? So I get it. I don't blame you. Fuck it. I don't be like, let's sit down for a while. It's fine.
Yeah.
See how this all
Yeah.
plays out.
Yeah. And it's just, you see all of these musicians saying, yeah, if you're not on it now, you never will be. And if you're not motivated now, then you're lying to yourself. It's like, nah, I'm not having that.
No.
I'm not motivated now. I'm trying to motivate myself a little bit more. I've done some writing. To be honest, I've written some songs I'm really proud of, but it's not at the same rate that I would write before this, because it's just hard to do anything, really.
Yeah, it's hard. Just give yourself a break, and people should piss off, man. Like,
Yeah, that's, to be honest, that has been my mantra for the past 6 months.
Piss off. I just think, all these guys that want music, this and that. It's like, well, where the fuck were you before the pandemic? Now you come out of the woodwork, say you love the music, and you can't imagine your life without music and this and that. So you had no fucking problem before the pandemic.
Yeah,
What's going on? Like, I don't know how the scene is over in the UK, but up here it's like it's getting dismal.
Yeah, it's the nearest city to here, which is Carlisle, which is it's a small city.
Mm-hmm.
It has a small but devout music scene.
Right.
It's really, it improves year upon year. It's brilliant, and it's got some really nice venues. And there's just a small group of people who all support each other. And it's bands supporting bands, but it's also music lovers supporting music lovers, and it's great for that. And it's one of the things I've missed the most is that.
Yeah.
But I'm also aware that I haven't been going to as many as I could have done. So now I'm like, oh God, I should have gone to all of them. I should have gone to every gig. And I will go to more afterwards, definitely. And I suspect there are an awful lot of people in the same boat who just think, oh God, this is a really good thing we have going here, and I'm not making the most of it as much as I could.
Yeah. I used to work security at a venue up here, and I'd see all fucking everybody that came through type thing, and it's sad. It's been shut down since the pandemic, and you could just watch even the local scene or the international scene decline attendance wise over the years. And now it's like, well, I don't know if your newfound love for going to shows now that you can't will be enough to, keep it going. But
yeah,
it's too bad.
Yeah, it's over here particularly. The music scene is just so undervalued.
Yeah.
By the public at large and by the government, and it's seen as I don't know, it's seen as like a cherry on a cake sort of thing. It's just a bonus if you've got music, then that's fine. And
but you have stuff in place to keep that, because that's such an important part of anybody's culture. Like, that's very much the universal language. Like you say, especially what it can do for people with special needs, what it can do for anybody with Alzheimer's and anything like that. It's just it's insane. Like, that's the strongest memory a lot of people have, is like, I can remember when I heard this song, or when I bought this CD, or whatever, this and that. Like, it's such a powerful thing, and I think if you don't protect it in some way, whether it's giving songwriters some sort of little boost here to say, look, sorry, take this, we know you can't play gigs or something to keep you going type thing. Like, people should start getting out in front of this thing and making a change, and like being proud of it, and being proud of the exports, and everything like that.
With the whole Brexit thing, which again I'm not going to go into, with that, which is a terrible, terrible idea on so many levels, but it's going to screw the music industry here.
100%.
And it's just, they focused so much on like the fishing rights and this, that, and the other, and the music industry is I think it's worth something like 50 times to the economy what the fishing industry is, and they just ignore it. And it's just seen as an accessory or something. But then these same people who are doing all of this still talk about how the Beatles made Britain. And I mean, don't get me wrong, the Beatles did make Britain, but you don't take so much pride in what's happened in the past and then ignore the future and just let it die. It's just shocking.
Exactly. That was my thoughts. Like, yeah, like you guys had the fucking Beatles, man.
Yeah.
Like, what's going on? You think that would be like your flagship? You should go out there and say, look, we fucking love all, put under an umbrella and put everybody under it and say, it's cool, guys, get in here, but it's fucking sad. Like, you think about it. Think about a world without music and how fucking pointless that would be.
Yep.
Fucking pointless, man.
So this has been a really depressing interview, hasn't it?
No, it's not. This is just this will happen.
It's just the world, isn't it?
It's just the world. It's real life. It's not.
Yeah,
it's not sugarcoating or anything like that. We're not gonna sit and say everything's fucking perfect because it's fucking not. It's not right now.
Yeah, no, really not.
It hasn't been for a while.
Yeah.
No, it's good. It's fine. But take the last couple of minutes, Will. Tell us where we can buy an album, where we can find you guys online, that sort of thing.
You can find us online if you type My Little Brother with no spaces into the search engine of your choice, you'll find us. It always comes up. If you go onto our Bandcamp, which is mylittlebrother.bandcamp.com, you can get all of our stuff and our t-shirts and artwork and things like that. The Big Stir Records site. To be honest, if you're in North America, go to the Big Stir Records site because it will save you a fortune on shipping.
Fucking shipping from the UK is no joke. That's crazy.
No, it's really not. it's expensive. Go to the Big Stir Records site. And they have some of our singles. They have exclusive singles from us as well, which we don't have on our sites. Yeah, and you'll find us.
That's amazing. That's awesome. Well, it was a pleasure talking to you, man. I was looking forward to this one for sure. So it was good. Hopefully everything keeps going up for you and not the other way.
Yeah.
We'll keep in touch because I would like to have you come on SLE Radio sometime.
That would be great. Yeah, that'd be really good.
Maybe even next week we can sort it out. We're always looking for guests, and we play your stuff. We play your stuff on there, so it'd be cool to talk to you.
Cool.
For sure.
Yeah, definitely up for that. Thank you.
Okay, we'll be in touch about that. But yeah, man, well, again, thank you for taking the time. I know it's been a shitty year for everybody, but getting to talk to you has been really cool for me. So
it has. Thank you. Thanks for having me on.
Anytime. I'll talk to you soon, okay?
Speak to you soon. Take care.
Take care.
Bye.